In this movie, we're going to continue on with the lofting command and use a little bit more complex shape using some guide curves. As you can see here, I've got a plane set up as my starting plane, my front plane, and my ending plane, and then I have some established guide curves. This one down here, this one out here, and this one over here. So I've got these all laid out as independent sketches, and that's where most of the time comes from. So I've got a couple extra planes that I've created, as well as these individual curves defining each one of these different shapes and curves and guides. I've got a bunch of different sketches that lay out the outside guides, the starting points, the ending points, the guides that control the top and lower edges of the shape. So let's go ahead and start up the lofted base boss feature. And as far as my profiles, I'm going to start with the start, go to front plane, and then go to the end. So instead of choosing them from the window here, I want to choose them from the feature manager. So I'm going to go ahead and choose start, which is here. I'm choosing that sketch, my starting point. And then I'm going to go to profile and click it there. You can see as a little preview what's going to happen. And then I'm going to go down to my endpoint, and notice you can see I got a little shape that's kind of bulging out. But really, that's not what I want, right? Because it's not going to be exactly the shape I have. So I want to control that shape a little bit more. That's when guide curves come into play. Jump over to guide curves. My lower guide, go ahead and grab that so it pulls it down to that guide. On the upper guide, let's go ahead and choose that one as well, and that's going to pull the shape up to that upper guide. Now, it's still a little bit funky over here in the corners, so I want to round that out again with this outside guide. So in this case here, it's the outside guide curve. Click on that, and that pulls the shape out to fill in that shape, and you got one nice complex shape. Now keep in mind, we've got 3 profiles and we've got 3 guide curves. So it can be a very complicated shape. In fact, you can have a lot more guide curves or profiles in your shape, but I just want to point out a fairly straightforward example using some of these curves. When you're happy with the shape, go ahead and click OK, and there it is. You can also go back and hide some of these planes so you don't have to see them. Notice I also used some symmetry here, and I only created half the shape because I can then mirror it over later if I needed to. As you can see, lofts can become extremely complicated and be made from many planes and sketches. Each guide curve and shape must be its own sketch, so laying them out is what takes all the time. However, once you have it complete, you have the opportunity to build something amazing.